exposure to medicine at an earlier age, like right before, like right around high school, and then just like kind of taking that initial exposure and seeing like how I had to combine that with my entrance to science. But most importantly, I saw how medicine could change somebody's day-to-day life, rather it be like restoring their mobility, curing them from an illness. And that kind of just intrigued me and it really guided my decisions on what I wanted to do with my career. I was able to see like a vast majority of specialties I shadowed as a high school student. I had some exposure to orthopedics, obstetrics and gynecology, rheumatology, gastroenterology. It was really a very diverse experience with my message of being able to like help people and seeing the change that medicine can make. Ultimately, that's what led me to where I am today. I wanted to take a time off just to make sure like that I had my application together for medical school and also kind of get more experience. So I actually ended up working at UPMC Mercy down the street as a cardiac monitor tech. So that gave me some more exposure dealing with patients, seeing more of a clinical side, getting exposure to the field of cardiology. And after doing that for 2 years, so it was 2 years in total, and then halfway through is when I applied to medical school. So when I applied for medical school, it was actually like right before the pandemic started. So that process looked like at first I took the MCAT. Actually, my test was delayed just because of all the changes going on with the pandemic. So after taking the MCAT, I put my application together to apply to several schools. Um, and basically, the big thing with the application process is your personal statement, who you are and why you're here. And that's kind of always been a theme throughout my life. And at every, I think at every step along my education, that's been like a good question. Who am I and why am I here? So that's a message I carried into the application process. So going through that whole process over Zoom was definitely an introduction to how the landscape of things were changing. I would definitely say sports, medicine, and orthopedics have always been somewhat of an interest to me because like I played sports, kind of grew up around sports a lot. And again, like kind of like what really attracted me to medicine again is like being able to, it's not so much sports, I think orthopedics in general is like mobility is a big thing, or somebody has an injury and you can fix that injury or try to help manage that injury where they can do the basic things like day-to-day life activities. I think the cardiology experience was just a good overall experience into medicine in general, like how to take care of patients on the floor, and then cardiology being a subspecialty that seeing something so specific. I'm working with the Department of Orthopedics. Dr. Mac Hogan is my research advisor and my mentor. So I've done worked on several projects in the department, and I have like my own personal project is in orthopedics as well. Specifically, is foot and ankle. I like orthopedics overall. I don't really have like one specific like field I would say I'm gravitating towards now, except sports medicine is kind of what relates to the Steeler Fellowship. So like kind of seeing those, not only just injuries, but how to manage the athletes from an athletic training perspective, like a nutritionist perspective, all the physical therapies and whatnot. So I think the sports medicine with orthopedics is one aspect, but being able to see all the exposure and what's managing patients and athletes in this case has also influenced my decision. Patient and athlete safety is most important, so it's making sure that they're healthy and also perform at their highest capabilities. So with Dr. McAllis Hogan being my research mentor and a consultant for the Steelers, the flyer was sent out from the NFL about like a diversity through the diversity office here at Pitt, and I like read on the program and talked to mentor and expressed interest in something that I wanted to apply to. And so I was fortunate enough to be a part of that process and was fortunately selected.